Health is a state of complete harmony of the body, mind, and spirit. When one is free from physical disabilities and mental distractions, the gates of the soul open. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the one mindset change that improved my life and the system I created to build a healthy routine and stay consistent. So make sure to watch till the end to know how I created a system that works for me. My goal in this channel is not to change your mind, but instead to bring awareness to your life so you can decide who you are and who you want to be. If this sounds like you, then welcome home, love. There are many times in life in which we overlook the importance of the basics. Just because we believe it's simple, we ignore it and deem it unimportant. By the end of this video, you'll realize how simple life is and how you can improve yours overnight. The one mindset change I made that completely changed my life was focusing more on what my body and mind needs, specifically with regards to sleep. I remember my school years were full of activities. During high school, I would go from studies to school clubs to dance practice. Then college came around and I would go from studies to working multiple jobs to pay for school because it's all a darn circle, which left me with little to no time to rest. I remember I would tell myself and those around me who were clearly concerned about my health, "Oh, it's fine, I'll sleep when everything is over." But in reality, I would end up sleeping between 2 to 4 hours a night, and I'm being very generous right now. The truth is that I will sleep just a few hours a night. Then, during the day, I will be a complete mess. Of course, I will be tired all day long, and the only way to somewhat function was to load up on a best friend, caffeine. Anyways, this was a never-ending cycle that somehow, someway, I seem to have survived. So I want to be frank with you and reiterate how damaging and how dangerous lack of sleep is and how important it is to have a good night of sleep. Lack of sleep has major impacts on our bodies, some which can increase your risk for diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and it also makes it harder for you to recover from illness. So if you're struggling with certain health conditions, make sure to look at your sleep routine and talk to your doctor, see the correlation that it may have with your condition. Because a lot of times we can recover better if we have a healthy sleeping routine. I don't know if you remember, whenever you got sick before and you went to the doctor, they will prescribe you some medicine and they will tell you, make sure to rest. And this is because they know that whenever we sleep, our body, it's basically renewing itself, and that's why the doctors tell you, make sure to take good rest. After so many years of little sleep, it became very difficult for me to sleep longer than 4 hours a night. Everyone around me was so quick to tell me, "Oh, you need to build a healthy sleeping routine." But this was one of those things that I hated the most to hear because I know it's important. It's just, it's easier said than done. Especially when it comes from someone whose only focus was either school or work, never both. I will get so annoyed to hear this solution because to me it was not a solution. It was a luxury that I didn't have the time to do, and I needed to build a system in order to build this healthy sleeping routine. So after a lot of negotiations within myself and a lot of lessons, I can say that I have successfully built a sleeping routine that works for me. The first thing I did was to free up as much time as I could possibly do. So I learned to say no more often. I used to be the girl at work that would pick up any shifts that was available because, I was in college, I needed money to pay for school, and I figured I needed to work more in order to balance it out. But I was sacrificing my sleep and my time to rest and study just because picking up all these shifts. But then I analyzed my situation and realized that I was able to cover all my expenses without taking all these extra shifts on. So I decided to say no more often to work and dedicate that time either to studies or to rest more. Yes, social life is just non-existent when you're in college, especially if you have a job. Second thing I did, and most importantly, was to set up a sleeping alarm. A lot of people have found it very weird that I have a sleeping alarm, but to me, this was a game changer. The thing is that whenever I'm focused on something, especially if it's important to me, I tend to forget about everything else around me. So I definitely need that extra reminder to make sure that I go to bed on time. And lastly, I make a conscious decision on what I do before bedtime, regardless of how busy I am. I always try to end the night by doing something relaxing, something that will bring my mind into ease so that I can fall asleep easier. I usually enjoy meditating, listening to a soft playlist from my favorite band, or I picked up a new hobby of crocheting. Everything changed after implementing these 3 things, and I was able to sleep a full 8 hours every night. Of course, life changes and we must adapt with it. As I started a new job, working with my family, my schedule changed drastically. I went from working during the day to starting my day as early as 2 a.m. And thanks to the system that I created for myself, I was able to adjust rather quickly to the changes. I get to sleep roughly 6 hours every night, which for me, I found it to be perfect. I'm able to function properly without the need of extra boosters, like coffee or energy drinks. Of course, during the weekends, I do sleep 8 hours, and sometimes even more. Anyway guys, in today's video, I share with you the importance of sleep for our health and some changes I personally made in order to create a bulletproof sleeping routine. Also, make sure to check out these other videos in which I share some tips on how to be productive in life. Always remember guys, happiness is a choice no one can take away from you. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye now.